Hello. Okay, let's see, is chat working? Yep, chat is working. Alrighty then. So, morning everybody. Hi Lisa. Hi Dawn. Lovely to see you. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing with some beautiful paints. And these are our lovely Aztec metallics. Come in all beautiful, lovely colours. Mountains of colours. I got loads. I've got more than I can fit on my table, so I'm just going to put them off to the side. And we're going to be playing with the beautiful eco acrylic paints. Now, my acrylic paints are in different containers than what you would get when you buy eco acrylic paints. Hi Alison. Hi Mom. So when you buy the acrylic paints, you get them in a pot like this, and they are full. This one's been used quite a bit, but it still looks full. Look at the shine on that. It's probably going to send the camera crazy because of the shine. So that's the small pot, and then you get these massive ones, and these ones are not that much more expensive than these. So, you know, why go small when you can go big? Oh, another Alison. Hi, Alison. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play with the normal eco acrylic paints. Now, I have repotted mine as an experiment, so please don't think that yours are going to come like this. Yours are going to come in them pots, or the big bottles if you buy the big bottles. But what I did was I put them in squirty bottles like this, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to use them in bed, and I wanted to be able to sit in bed watching Netflix or whatever streaming program you prefer and not get paint all over my bed if I knocked it over. So I put them in these little squirty things, so if you knock it over it's not gonna go all over your bed. That was the theory. So I don't actually have any in pots, so I'm going to be using these. So now you might notice that some have got an F on the bottom and some have got an A on the bottom. F is for fabric paint, A is for acrylic paint, because you can use fabric paint in your journals. Hi Sarah. So you don't have to use fabric paint on fabric, you can use it on paper too. And there's some beautiful colours in the fabric paint, let me tell you. I mean, I've gone for all the pinks there, but you know, they're both fabric as well. So let's get to it. What we need today, I have got a big corner chomper and I can't find it, so I'm having to use a large corner chomper. Now I don't know if this is going to cut through my card, so if it makes a pig's ear of it, it's because it's not heavy duty enough. What you need to make a faux leather book cover, which what we're doing today, we're going to make a little faux leather journal, is really heavy cardstock. And mine has got the footprints of the cat on it. So, oh, there's one that's in its pot. Oh, there's another acrylic one. That's what the acrylic ones come with, and you'll have a label on, obviously. So really heavy cardstock. Really heavy. You want, hi Karen, you want 350, 400 grams, as heavy cardstock as you can get. And then what you're gonna do, oh, it does work, good, is you're gonna round off the corners. This is just an A4 piece cut in half, so it's A5. I always get muddled up which way around it goes. The number goes up as it gets smaller, doesn't it? So this is just an A4 piece cut dead in half, and then rounded the corners. And now what I'm going to do is screw it up like this, and it's quite hard to screw up, so don't be worried if you're really struggling to screw it up. Sometimes what I will do is I'll put it down on the table like that, and I will stand up and I will properly squash it. And you're basically wanting it to look really scrumpled, and open it back out. Now this bit here needs scrumpling a bit more, so I'm gonna squeeze. I don't have much grip strength, so if I can do it, you can do it. There we go. Make sure that the edges are all nice and scrumpled. Don't worry if it rips a little bit, because the paint will fix that. And then I'm going to flatten it out. I know it seems odd to scrumple it up and then flatten it out, but this is our cover. So I've had this I think it's 350 gram cardstock for years, absolute years. I got it from a show. I don't know who I got it from, because it was before I started being on the show scene, so I don't remember. But I have a feeling that it might have been from Terry Ross. I think it might have been a Ross Paper Crafts, but it is just a really good quality 350 gram. And then we need to pick the colour. What colour do we want it? So it is faux leather, and you can have it any colour that you want, really. I mean, take your pick. What colour do we want it? I've got loads. These are all the acrylic ones. This cadmium red is amazing. That's fabric. That one's acrylic. That beautiful burgundy. What do you fancy, ladies? And I don't know if there's any gents, but what do you fancy? They're all fabric. They're acrylic. So these are the acrylic ones I've got. Any preference? I'm leaning towards the turquoise, to be honest. What do you think? Do you fancy a turquoise journal? Oh, maybe the dark pink. Let's go turquoise. Yeah. I mean, you could go for a brown and do it like a real faux leather and do it an actual leather colour. Some teal, some burgundy. Anyone else? Could do one of each. To be fair, by the time my chat catches up. Right, we'll go for teal. Teal was the first one. So what I'm going to do is really technical. I'm going to squeeze some paint on. And obviously you'd be doing it with a normal. And there we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Gosh. I'm not putting it on very thickly. Not for this coat, because we do need to do at least 3 to get the leather effect. And because we've done all of the scrumpling, it needs to get into all the little nooks and crannies. If you can see, don't know if it'll show it, it's missing quite a few. So really get in there. Don't use a good brush for this. Really recommend you don't use a good brush. This is why I've got this one that's falling apart and everything, because I really don't want a good brush. So the thing with acrylic paint is, in anything based acrylic is basically plastic. So what happens is, when you get a, I just need my heat gun. I have got the super quiet heat gun, so I don't know how bad it's going to affect the volume, because my volume monitor thing disappears when you turn your camera on. And because it's acrylic paint is basically plastic. So if you take a soft cloth like this, once your acrylic is dry, you can actually buff it to a high shine. That'll do. So you can actually buff the acrylic to a really high shine. Okay, let's get the other side. And don't forget the edges, because this is your book cover, so it needs to be to the size you want it to be. And by don't forget the edges, I mean this edge. And if it's ripped anywhere, stick paint in it and then just squish it down, and the paint acts as a glue. So don't be worrying about that too much either. I'm quite impressed with these pots though, you know. I think I might have to take it to Mike and show him, because the paint is staying really nice and wet in them. If you keep pots of your paint open while you're using it, as the air gets in as you're using the paint, if you don't put the pot back on regularly, so if you were crafting like all afternoon and you don't put the lid back on regularly, it's going to dry your paint out and your paint's going to go really thick. So let's do the edges. Make sure we've got every edge covered. Now, my paper's separated here. So what I'm going to do is take some paint, stuff it in, and press it down. And it's not separated anymore. Great, isn't it? And again there, we got a bit of a split. And there. So this is what we've got so far. And it's quite patchy and light looking, so I just need to dry it off a little bit. I'm really glad it's a lovely warm day today. Maybe I should have used burgundy, because I'm losing the colour on my blue mat. And I am holding it in the air to heat it, because what I want is the water to evaporate from both sides. And if you hold it up like this, the water's going to evaporate from both sides. And I think you can, yeah, you can already see it's starting to take on a little bit of a shine. Because heat drying your paint as well will cause it to take on a little bit of a shine. So it's going to shine up there beautifully. Fine, let's do a little test. Yeah, I don't know if it'll show on camera. It's not going to show yet, but you'll see. So next layer. And I'm going to put more paint on this time. And I really want to get all of that paint into all of them little cracks. So this is what I mean by don't use a good paintbrush, because you are going to basically do damage to your paintbrush doing this, because you shouldn't really be swirling and things like this with your paintbrushes. So don't use a good paintbrush. Oh, bit of the paint on my handle came off. So has anybody actually made faux leather before? Yes, Alison, you can use any type of acrylic paints. I'm using our eco acrylic paints today just because they're awesome. And obviously I'm on the Colourcraft channel, so I wouldn't use anybody else's. But I have used other people's paint and it does work as well. Okay, so this is a nice thick layer. This colour is lush, I'm sorry, but it really is. I think this is one of my favourite colours that Colourcraft do. It just looks like the sun, it's beautiful. Alright, quick dry on that one before I turn it over. And again, I'm drying it in the air because I want the water to evaporate out from both sides. I used to run this one as a workshop. We did it a lot more complicated than this. I'm really making it a lot less complicated because we've only got an hour. Okay, and the back. Okay, let's get in there. And you can see when I'm doing it, I'm pushing at the edges as well. So, oh, more of the, what's it called? The ferrule? I don't know. More of the wood coming off. So I'm pushing at the edges to get the paint up into the edges. Right, there we go. We got a little visitor, we've got Stumpy. So she's probably going to come and walk through the paint because that's what Stumpy does. That's what she does best. The glycerin method, Denise, yeah, that works as well. This is the Colourcraft Eco Acrylic Paint Stone. We have some beautiful colours, absolutely stunning colours. Oh, careful, Stumps. Here she comes. What you doing? I do get nervous when you're out back on me, Stumpy, because I don't know where you're going to go. There we go. Paint. Lovely. Lovely. Thanks for that. That was Stumpy. If you saw the half a tail when she ran past, then you saw why we call her Stumpy. So, right. Now I'm going to leave that one to dry a little bit, and I'm going to do some work on the internal pages. And we're going to do some really cool stuff. So we're looking pretty good. Can see the shines coming. Yeah, look, you can see it shining. So the shine is coming up already because I did that swirly, very intense swirly. That brings the shine up as well. Where are you going now? So I'm just going to put that to the side, and Give that a wipe. Come on. I don't know why you're interested in me all of a sudden, Stumpy. Go out and see Mum. Yes. Alright, I've got another mat underneath, so I'm going to use this one. Now, for the inside pages, I've got some Indian rag paper. The squeezy bottles, I just went on to Evil Bay to get some. How many pages do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 4 because otherwise it's going to take forever. See, this is why we call her Stumpy, because she's only got half a tail. And she's never interested in me, so I don't know why she's here. I really don't. So I must apologise, because this never happens. This is completely out of character for Miss Stumps. Right, so I have got an old exhibitor card. So your Tesco's club card, that works great as well. Old exhibitor cards. I've got a pile of stamps here. And I have got some of the really cool Crafty Roo spritzers. And I've got some stencils. So what I'm going to do is make up Why do you want me today? You never want me. What is this going on here? This is not normal. Hey, Stumps. Can I gently put you on the floor? I'm sorry. I'm going to evict you. I'm sorry. There you go. Oh, dear. She does know she's being on camera. So I've got some of the really cool Crafty Roo spritzers. And I've got some, of course. We can't do anything without brochure. So what I'm going to do is make up some colours. And then we're going to do a bit of spraying and a bit of cool stuff. If anybody doesn't have scrapey cards, by the way, there's Ranger ones, there's your club card, gift cards, anything. I use my old exhibitor passes. Where was this? That was Alexandra Palace. Don't say a date, don't know what year it was. I've got all of them though. So I've got a massive pile. If you're ever in need of a scraper, then you know. Right, so spritzer, your colour of brochure of choice. I'm going to go purple. I'm going to put my, I've got a hole in the top. I'm going to put my tap, 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 tap. So I don't know if you'll be able to see. No, you're not going to be able to see, but we do have an amount of brochure in the bottom. Clean water and a pipette. And I'm going to, oh, look at that. There's a spritzer. So can anybody tell me, how do I know if that is dark enough? It's really simple. Take a scrap piece of paper, spray it. If it's not dark enough and you want it to be darker, then what do? You open the top and add more brochure. If you want it to be lighter, you add more water. That's as simple as making your own sprayers. So I'm going to go for purple. Oh, losing my paper. I've got a right pile here. It's all going to fall. I'm going to go for lime green as well, I think, because Kim's got a challenge on it, actually. And it's got some beautiful turquoise and oranges in it. You know what, I might do that this week. So there's lime green. Give that a mix up. So we've got purple, green. Ah, look. Since Kim's here, I'm going to use gamboge. I think my hole needs repoking. That sounds weird. It's not meant to be. There's gamboge. So I'm really glad that you've all been able to join me today. I do appreciate everyone that comes and visits me. What other colour should we do? Got the green, got the purple, got the orange. Let's go for a blue. I'm going to go for cobalt. Cobalt's a lovely, bright, intense blue. I know all the vendors that I've been speaking to from Knitting and Stitch are missing seeing everybody, and I'm missing the shows. Gutted that Birmingham's being postponed for the Festival of Quilts. Gonna miss seeing all the beautiful quilts at Festival of Quilts. But they are doing, they are showcasing a load online and showing the entries online on their Facebook page. So if you're into the quilts, I just like looking at them because they're amazing. Alrighty, so we've got some sprays, we've got some paint, we've got scraper, we've got some shimmer. Let's make some pages. Right, I'm gonna take some stencils. We sell the Crafters Workshop stencils over at Colourcraft. That's Crafters Workshop 1. So let's have a bit of a decoration. Get this going. There we go. Look at that. So simple. And there's the negative. Put that on to there. I'm going to do 4. So I do want to keep them roughly in the same theme, and I don't want to use too much different things. So I don't want to use like 12 different stencils so it doesn't have a cohesive look to it. I do want it to be somewhat similar. Oh, there we go. Get that started because these are new bottles. Oh, now that's contamination from here, from the blue, and it's gone that lovely green. Look at that. This Indian rag paper, I just pulled it out of a book. It's lovely. It is one of the Colourcraft books. The caddy paper. That's the one. We usually have them at shows, and sometimes we have the pink pig ones as well, but it's the caddy ones. Hi Marie. So in the spray bottles, these are the mini spritzers from Crafty Roo. I didn't check beforehand if she's actually got them in stock, so I probably should have. Sorry, Kim. That was a bit of a bad move, wasn't it? So they've just got brush and water in. Oh, get that one going. There we go. Like I say, if your colour is too light and you want it to be darker, just add a bit more brush. If it's too dark and you want it to be lighter, just add a bit more water. Kind of pretty simple, really. It's spraying stuff isn't difficult at all. I love the negative effects and against the positive effect. And which one haven't we done? We haven't done the green, but we got green over there. Oh. So this was the lime green, and I probably could have done that one a bit darker. That's fine. I love just messing and making pages. So, right, I'm going to go back to the first one. And I'm not too worried about the mess on the desk because when it picks up, it just adds extra texture. So I'm not worried about that at all. PT, what do you mean, Anne-Marie? Choose a different stencil because I do want a couple different ones. I don't want a Christmas one. Why is it all the Christmas ones? Oh, let's go for one of them. So this is one that I got in a set with a compass. And I'm going to mix a couple in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Fingers. Well, it comes out when you wash your hair. Oh, nice. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It comes out when you wash your hair, so I'm not really fussed about on fingers. If you've got it on your hands and you're going somewhere nice, if you wash your hands a couple of times and then you take the hand gel, the really strong alcohol one, the cheaper the better, it just strips the colour straight out of your hands. So if you're going somewhere nice and you've got brusher and you can't get it off, hand sanitizer. We've all got hand sanitizer right now, haven't we? But hand sanitizer will bring it off. Okay, so you're finding that brusher fades. If you're putting brusher into direct sunlight, brusher will fade. That will probably be what the problem is, but anything will fade if it's in direct sunlight, especially watercolour if it's mixed with water. Let me just grab you a picture I did and I'll show you when. Oh, where'd you bum stumps? Stumpy dumps. Okay, so if you were doing a, I have to be careful with this because there's some stuff in it that I can't really show on camera. Let me find it. Not because it's a secret, but because it's not appropriate for a stream. So, if you're doing a full-on painting and you want to put it up on the wall, what I would suggest is you put it up on a wall that doesn't face a window. And if you were going to do a painting that you were going to sell, I'd cover it with a UV glass, or I would coat it with a UV spray. But it's mainly direct sunlight that will cause a problem, but it'll cause a problem with any watercolour. So this one here, this is brusher, and this is, it looks exactly the same day as what I did it, exactly the same day. And if you look at the date down here, I did this on the 25th of January. Oh, things in the way. 2012. So this is, it looks exactly the same as the day I painted it. It's all about just where you keep it. Have I got some more brusher in here? Hang on. I don't know if I do. This one, again, this one is May 2012, and this background is painted out brusher as well. So she's brusher. Ain't she cute? Have I got some more? I thought I had loads of brusher in this one. This one as well. So this one again, it's June, and the background is sprayed brusher. So it's really, it depends on where you're keeping it as to how far it'll fade. I mean, any watercolour will fade over time, but it's just, it really is, it just depends on where you're actually keeping it. I mean, I've used brush off for a very, very long time, and I've got stuff that I did in school when I went to art school. I did art at college, and right back to then, when I first started using Brusho in 1995, I've still got stuff then in my portfolio, and it's Brusho, and it's still the same colour as it is today. So I think it really depends on what you're doing with it and how much Brusho you're actually using. If you're very, very, oh no, don't get on the ink. Come on my knee. If you're very loose and light with your amount of pigment you put in, then it's gonna fade quicker because there's no pigment there. Oh, hi Karen. Oh, Stumpy, what are you doing? Come on. But I do have stuff at the warehouse that I've seen that's behind UV glass, and because obviously it's a warehouse, it's a big open warehouse, so it's UV glass, and that stuff is stunning. We're very lucky that we have real artists send us work, and oh my, the work that they send, I am forever grateful because it is inspiring, absolutely inspiring. Okay, see how this is getting on. It's looking good. I need it to dry properly, so that's why I'm doing some pages. Okay, and I'm trying to do different colours on this side to this side. You'll see why. I just picked up the purple, so that was oh dear. I'm gonna do a little bit of the blue and oh, can't pick it up, gamboge. What it is I'm really wanting to get onto the Aztec paint bit because I love the shimmery paints. Oh yes, I took it to the trade show, didn't I, Karen? Yes, it is the book, Paula. You've seen that book, so you know why it's not really appropriate to show it, because there's a couple of pictures that are not really PC that I drew. I'm going to shush about that book now, I tell you, as I get myself into trouble. If you ever see the book at a show, feel free to open it and have a look. I would say it's not safe for work. Definitely not safe for kids, but it depends how old the kids are, really. Mind you, I think kids swear more than us these days. All right, so as you can see, I've got loads left, and with these, what I do is I like to keep the lids on tight, try and keep them airtight, but they do last quite a long time in these before they start to go funny, and that's because I've just used tap water. I've not used any other base, and tap water, as you know, goes funny if you don't leave it in places without any kind of binders and things. So yeah, it's not nice. It goes smelly and horrible, doesn't it, tap water? Alright, so we've got this on one side and we've got this one on this side, and now what I'm going to do is a bit of stamping and a bit of scraping with some Aztec metallics. So I'm going to use, and I've got Angelina everywhere, so you'll see stuff glistening. It's glistening because it's Angelina-fied. Right, let's go to, I think I'm going to use the Coral Aztec metallic. Look how shiny it is. Look at the mica in that. The Aztec metallics are a mica based paint, and they are the shiniest thing that you probably might ever come across, to be honest. And it's like a gel base. It's not like an acrylic like you would think. It is very much a beautiful shimmery gel. And I do want some other colours today. No, not right now, Stumps. I'm going to go for the green as well, I think. And put some green. You're going to do it, aren't you? You're going to come and sit on the paint, so you're going to have a green butt. I can see it coming. Seriously, I don't know why she's here. She's never here. Never here before. She's not interested in me at all, usually. Oh, now she's going for fish tank. She's doing a proper water. I'm going to hound you. Okay. Okay, can you see the shimmer? Yes, kinda. When it dries, you will. And it's drying really quick today. I'm not worried about colour cleaning my stamp in between. I'm just going to mix the colours. And I'm not using a stamp block because I am just wanting it to be really just loose. And don't forget to go off the edge. Always go off the edge. Oh, I don't want it on the back though. I just put it on the back. Oops. But because I'm sticking to the same stamps and the same colours, it'll all be cohesive and it will all match when we get to the end. Okay. It's actually the green mixed with that pink has created a really nice colour. I can't explain it. It's kind of like a, I don't know what it is. There's probably brush on the stamp as well, to be honest. I did Angelina. I've not done Angelina with a stencil, but I've already done Angelina. But I'll do that again, no problem. I can put that back, put that on the list. If there's anything you want me to show you, then just shout. I'm more than happy to. More than happy to. Oh, I'm loving how these are coming out. So this is one of the Colourcraft stamps. We don't really have names for stamps, but our stamps are now made by the lovely Kim, so the quality is phenomenal. So anything you see me doing with the Colourcraft stamps, you know where they came from, so you know it's not going to break. I believe Kim is on this afternoon at 2 o'clock as well. And tomorrow she does brush show. She does brush show on a Thursday. I'm doing some more paints and some backgrounds and stuff tomorrow, so I will be back here tomorrow at 11. I think I want a background rather than an actual stamp. Let's do this one. I need to dry these off a little bit. Show everything. What? Yep, I will show everything. If you want me to show you and show you how to use it, anything that's Colourcraft, then I'm game. The only thing I can't do is wool dye because I'm not set up here for wool dye. I need to see if I can get Mike to do some wool dye at the warehouse. But I don't think he's got time right now. The staff at Colourcraft are still not in. We are keeping our staff safe. So this is why I'm here with my, I'm just using basically what's in my workshop boxes. So most of this stuff is what you use when you're in workshops with me. So we've done the Procyon dye. Haven't done brochure yet, but Kim does brochure and she's amazing, so I don't really need to do much brochure. Still got loads to do. We've done transfer dye as well, and transfer dye is fun. I love transfer dye. So we're on to the other side. I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put this one, and I think I'm gonna do it in maybe the old gold, because the old gold, we do two different colors of gold. Old gold, so it's very vintage, and new gold, so it's more brighter. My name's Claire Allison. If you go to a Colourcraft stand at a show, you will see me demonstrating, and I teach and do the workshops as well. So you can find me on Colourcraft stands at anything like knitting and stitch and that kind of show. If we're there, I will probably be there. I do Yarndale as well. I've done Wonderwool in Wales a couple of times. All over really. You can't get rid of me. At a normal crafts show, so like a Sincerely Yours or Harrogate, I'm usually at Harrogate, you'll find me on Kim at Crafty Roo's stand, and we do make and takes, so you can get to sit down and do basically brochure. You get to brochure your heart to your heart's content. Sometimes it's mixed in with distress oxides, but quite a lot of times it's brochure. Because, I mean, we just love brochure. So Kim does a lot of the smaller shows, not the really big, like she doesn't do it Ali Pali, which I don't blame her, because that place is a nightmare to get to and to do. I love it, but you know, it is an absolute nightmare, especially if you've got kids. She does like some of the Sincerely Yours', the Stamp Addicts shows. What other shows do you do? She's probably getting ready for her stream this afternoon, so. And she does have children as well, so if she doesn't answer me, that'll be why. Whoop, darn it. There's one at Lee that's just been cancelled. They'll all be back. All the shows will be back. I'm pretty much sure that they'll be back next year. We do a lot of the wool shows. We do Wonderwool. We do a lot of the knitting and stitch. We do Festival of Quilts. I teach workshops at the Festival of Quilts and the knitting and stitches. But it's mainly Ross Paper Crafts. That's it. Ross shows as well. Distress oxides are distress inks, and it's an ink pad. They actually go really well with brochure, surprisingly. Oh yeah, and Daisy Nook. I quite often do Daisy Nook play days, and we usually Daisy Nook near Failsworth, Manchester. It's near Manchester, Daisy Nook Garden Centre. We do workshops and classes there, which are just so much fun. So, you know, follow Crafty Roo wherever she is. I'm probably there. I'm hanging around. If I'm not there working, I'm hanging about being annoying. Sorry, Kim. You know I love you. That's why I hang around and annoy you so much. Right, so these are our pages, and these are getting done. And I need these to dry so I can do the next step. We're almost done with our book now. I'm just going to give them, look at the shimmer on that. Can you see the shine? Look at that. Gosh. The Aztec metallic paints for this, seriously. Whoa. Try that one. You better see what it is. Aztec Luster is the colour. Aztec Metallic is the metallics, obviously. Now this is going to be a great gift for somebody. Oh, I forgot to use this, but I'm running out of time. What I would do is dab it in and do some lines. So put your paint on your desk, dab it in and do some lines. Right, I'm going to put these aside. They're mostly dry, but I need them to be a bit more dry before I do the next bit. And what I'm going to do is go onto the cover. So we're back onto the cover. Now, can you see that the cover is starting to actually get shiny? And you can make this look like proper leather by doing this. Right, take a cloth, terry toweling, or a microfiber, whatever. A dry bit, obviously. This is a bit wet now. Have I got a dry one? I do have a dry one. So what I do is I take my 2 fingers like this and I put them into my cloth on a nice bit, pull it tight, and then circular motion. And the friction from this is going to buff this so it looks shiny. And it actually looks like leather. Now this is a simple version. If you were doing this as a workshop with me, which I might do at Daisy Nook actually, we do all sorts of dry brushing and all sorts of other techniques and make it really look like old worn leather. But this is going to look like shiny new leather. So you'll feel it getting warm, and that's what you want because it's the friction that you want. And the thicker your paint is, the quicker it goes. This one isn't that thick because it's drying time. This would be an all-day class usually. That's why I'm cutting it very much short to cram it into an hour. All right, can you see it's shiny? Yeah, you can tell that's shiny. It's the shine is jumping off on the camera. Can you see? Yep. Looks so good. In person, it looks so good. So what I have done is I have taken, this is half an A4, so it's an A5. We rounded the corners. We scrumpled it up and scrumpled it and scrumpled it. We laid it out flat and then we painted it. Just keep going. But the thicker the paint, the more shine you get. Right, next step. I've got some tapestry needles. And I've got some elastic. So if you want an elastic to put elastic around your cover and have an opening, you can do that. Or you can just do a basic bookbind with, I've just got some linen thread. So it's up to you. If you want to put the elastic on, I'll show you how to put the elastic on. Forgot my scissors. You can watch on replay straight away. Right, I want to fold this in half. And there's my book. Oh, forgot my pocky towel. Where's my pocky towel? Oh no, I haven't. It's in my purse. My handy dandy pencil case. Should be. Always at the bottom. There it is. Wait, I want to roughly pick the middle, or wherever you want your outside binder to be, and you're gonna throw it. That's roughly the middle. You can poke a little hole. I've only done a very little hole. Pull some elastic out. And I want to poke that inside the hole. Come on. And then I've gone all the way around the book to see how much I need. And cut it off with a nice tail. And that one also gets shoved inside the hole. I'm trying to rush, so I'm making it a bit more fiddly than what it would normally be. Come on, go through. There we go, got it. Always does it on live TV, doesn't it? So make sure we're right by just lining it up. And then tying up where you think it's going to be. Ta-da! What you would do later is go back in, and if it's white anywhere where you've poked holes, just put a bit of paint on it. And I leave these quite long because what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread them out and put my book signatures in. Alright, so now we're on to these. What I'm going to do, yep, they're all dry. So what I want is I want them all to be a different way. So where I use this one, the next one I want to be this one. And then that one. And that one. So when you open them up, that's what they're going to look like. Okay. I'm going to swap the bottom one and the top one because that one's really purple and that one's really green and that one's really purple, so I want it to be a bit different. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some clean pieces. So I am going to go a decorated piece, a clean piece, a decorated piece, a clean piece, a decorated piece, a clean piece, a decorated piece, a clean piece. So now my book looks like this. Can you see where I'm going? Yeah? Then we want to turn these into A5 pieces. Meow, hello, little princess. Stumpy's now behind me, meowing at me. Okay, so I've got a trimmer with A5 on it. And using the straightest edge, trim out A5 pieces. So I like to do it a tiny little bit smaller than A5. That way. And I'm doing two at once here. Wait, have I done this wrong? No. So that's A5 to that one. To A5. Yeah, how much did it take off? No. To the A4 one. There we go. So A5 that way, A4 that way. Yep. Right, so two at once. It is caddy paper, so don't be too worried on how accurate you are. Caddy paper does have nice rough edges. And you could have done it so you got all the rough edges if you wanted, but I'm going for the straighter edges. I think my guillotine needs a bit of a sharpen. Okay, so I can do either one big signature. Have I got enough? 1, 2, 3. Yes. So I could either do it as one big signature, or I can do two signatures. So this is a signature. This is a signature. So I could either do one or two. Yeah, what a pestering me. Don't even go there, I tell you. This morning. He's been a nightmare on legs, that man. Okay. I'm going to go for 2 signatures. So what I'm going to do is fold these in half. So I've got 2 signatures of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same with this one. And these beautiful coloured scraps, like this, they will be used in different projects. So don't throw them away, because they make great collage pieces. Right, so we've got our innards of our book. I need a pencil. And what I need to do now is line all of these up. And this is going to be a really simple bind. So I want to mark where I want to put holes. Can you see? And then I want a giant poker tool, proper knife tool. I'm going to poke the holes. I don't want a big hole like I did for this. I want smaller holes because we're only using a needle. And obviously when you're doing this and you're poking your holes, you want to do it on a mat or something, or in the air like I'm doing. Don't stab yourself, because you don't want to go straight through your desk into your cutting mat or anything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, up, across, down, up, down. So I want to be about that much in technical terms. Just rough it out. Take a nice big tapestry needle. So this is waxed, this is just linen thread. It's not waxed linen thread. You could use waxed. And I find if you squish it between your teeth and flatten the end, it's really easy to thread in a tapestry needle. Pulled it through. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. I'm going to start inside this one. I'm going to go into this one. And your first pull through will be hard. And this bit here, I want it to stay. Can you see? And then I'm going to go out that hole. In that hole. Wait, I've done it the wrong way around. So I'm going to, oh, I always get this wrong way around first time. So I'm going to go in that hole from the outside in. in that hole. There we go, got it right this time. In that hole. And then back out the cover. Pull that through a little bit. Okay. So next signature, I'm going to go up and out through that one. And what you could do is go through the middle of that to keep that a bit more secure, which really I should have done. Kind of backtrack at this point. Yes, I can. So I'm going to go through the middle of that one. Out through this hole. Into that hole. Through that hole. Oh, my signatures are misaligned. Alright. If your signature misaligns, just pull them through one by one. And it will line back up. And then back out. Through your book cover. And try not to spear your other thread like I've just done. Always goes wrong on live TV, doesn't it? There we go, fixed. And that's it for the threading bit. It's just a really simple thread. Out and in. So pull it all tight. Pull your book in. Trim off your edges to make them all fit. Round off your edges. Tie it in a knot. Hang some beads off it. Whatever you fancy, but you're going to tie it there. And then you've got a lovely decorated notebook. Just like that. This one was a hard one to cram into an hour. I'm just saying, that's why I'm 15 minutes over. That was a really hard one to put into an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my knife out and I'm going to trim all of this down, make it the right size. We're going to get Stumpy Butt in the way, and I'm going to just pull these really tightly, tie them off, and we're done. And that's it. Beautiful notebook. If I had my big corner chomper, I would just chomp the corners off and be done really quickly. But I really don't know where it is. It's just vanished. I do like, I like to leave quite a long tassel and then you can put beads on it and make it look really nice. So you can make it all match. You could use different coloured binding thread. It is just linen thread. You could use waxed linen thread, but just make sure that you've pulled it really tight. It needs to be tight. All right. So tomorrow I will be back. Hey, Stamps. Tomorrow I will be back. Hopefully catless. Mum, you might be cat sitting, because I think I'm just going to go and throw her in with you, if this is what she's going to do. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing backgrounds, and we're going to be making some really cool stuff with more paint. So again, it is a paint day, and I will bring in some of the beautiful fabric paint colours, because don't forget, fabric paint you can also use on paper. And we are going to just play and just have fun, really. Hope you will play along with me. What you need tomorrow is acrylic paints, stencils, scrapers, sponges, and the best thing to use tomorrow, don't buy anything new, 12 by 12 paper that you don't like. Everyone's got 12 by 12 paper that they don't like. Everyone, absolutely everyone. I've got mountains of it, because you had to get a whole pad just for 2 sheets that you liked. So I know I've got mountains of it. I really do. So tomorrow we're going to be using, look at the shimmer. Look, that just shined for me. Look, can you see that shine? Looks like gold leaf. That was the old gold Aztec metallic, wasn't it? It really was. Just, and that pink. Oh, the shimmer. It's real. The shimmer is real. So yeah, sorry, I got distracted by shiny things. So Kim is on later, and she is doing her sewing bee. Sewing bee. Good reminder, Lisa. I need to put my reminder on for Facebook as well. It is Sewing Bee tonight, so I will be watching Sewing Bee. I will be in Kim's stream at 2 o'clock today, and then I will be at Sewing Bee's on at 9. Although our friend Alison, spoiler alert if you've not watched last week, sorry, kind of ruined that. Yeah, we lost Alison last week, which is my mum's lovely friend who's a paramedic. Was a shame. Personally, I think she was robbed, but hey ho. Yeah, so we will see you tomorrow at 11, and Thursday is Brush Show Thursday over on Crafty-Roo. She does Brush Show on her main page on Crafty-Roo every Thursday. Feel free to put a link if you want to, Kim. So she will be there on Thursday doing Brush Show and polyplates and her stamps, and of course her amazing stamps are our stamps, you know, so you know the quality that you're getting, which that's why we like him, because the quality is phenomenal in her stamps, absolutely phenomenal. So be there or be square. Thank you very much for joining me today, and sorry I have gone 20 minutes over, didn't mean to, but this, I thought I could stream it down to an hour, but the drying time just took a little bit longer, even though it is really warm. So I'm going to go get some lunch. I'm going to go and feed this little monstrous, because she's hungry as well, which is why I'm guessing, well, I'm guessing she's hungry, which is why she's here. Look at that face. Oh, ain't she cute? Oh, ain't she cute? She's like, get off me. Thank you so much for visiting, and there you go, the link is in the chat from Kim. Thanks so much for visiting, and I will see you either in Kim's stream later, or I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Be here or be square. Bye.